Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadevula channel. In this episode, we'll try to understand the meaning of a profound word, Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam. It's a compound word. Let us try to understand the meaning of this word in layers, different layers and different circumstances, how it is to be understood. Taṭa means bank. Taṭastha means shore or as a river or standing on the bank of a river. It is from dhātu stha, to stand. So, Taṭastha literally means standing on the bank, that which is on the boundary. It is neither inside nor outside, but is associated with both the boundary and the bank is to the river as well as the boundary, like this. It is associated with both inside and outside. Lakṣaṇam means you can say indication, characteristic, definition, all those kinds of things. So from it is dhātu lakṣ, that means to mark, to indicate. Hence, lakṣana means a mark or pointer through which something is recognized. Now, Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam is a definition by extrinsic or incidental association, not by essential nature. This Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam, it uses a connected attribute to indicate something that cannot be defined directly. For example, yato va imani bhutani jayante. That means that from which all beings are born, in which they live and into which they dissolve. So, this defines Brahman not by its essence, not by its Svarūpa, not by its character, but by its function. That is creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe. Therefore, this is called as Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam. This is how it is, Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam. So, understanding, there are two levels of understanding. One is at the Vyavaharika drishti, that means empirical view. Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam helps in indicating something subtle like Brahman by relating it to the world that we perceive. So like, now, for example, the house with a crow on the roof. The crow is not a part of this house, but it helps identify this. So that the house with that tree, something like that, Then the next is Paramarthika drishti, that is absolute view. Ultimately, Brahman cannot be defined by any quality or function. So, Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam is only a temporary way, temporary aid for seekers until the SvarūpaLakṣaṇam, that is the intrinsic nature, definition by intrinsic nature, is understood. There are so many things, like this. Taṭastham nama paramarthataha na svabhadata sambandhena lakṣaṇam. Taṭastha is that which defines something not by nature but by relation. Yato jagad jayate tena brahma lakṣaṇam taṭastham. That from which the world arises, that is Brahman's incidental, that is Taṭastha indication. One more example. Suryasya pratibimbam tate sthitam iva Brahmano Jagat Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam. Just as the sun's reflection on the river bank shows the sun, the world points to Brahman. So it is only indicative way you have to this thing. There are so many lakṣanas, the defining lakṣana means the defining character by which a thing is known, either by nature or association, whatever it is. SvarūpaLakṣaṇam, that is one thing known as SvarūpaLakṣaṇam, definition by intrinsic nature. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahman is existence, conscious, infinity. That is how it is to be taken. Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam, we have defined all those things. Definition by external relation or incidental attribute. For example, Brahman as the cause of the universe. There is one more known as Jahallakṣaṇā, metaphorical implication where the literal meaning is abandoned. Gangayam Ghoshaha, that means a village on the Ganges, near the Ganges. So Ganges is not the village near, to identify that village. Ajahallakṣaṇā, the literal meaning is retained and sometimes something more is added. For example, Sa ayam Devadattaha, this is that Devadatta. Both times are real. This is that Devadattaha. Then you have Jahadajahallakṣaṇā. Jahadajahallakṣaṇā. Both literal and implied parts are partly given up and partly retained. Tattvamasi, that is Brahman. That Brahman you are, like that. You have one more called as Upalakṣaṇā, inclusive indication where one term represents a broader group. For example, cow means it represents all cattle. Whatever cattle you bring, this is cattle, this is also go, this is also go, like this, Upalakṣaṇā. So Taṭastha-lakṣaṇam is like pointing at the moon by showing through the branch, pointing through the branch. The branch is not the moon, but through it the moon is seen, like that. Viewers, with this explanation we conclude this episode. I hope this was quite interesting. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Please post your comments after having gone through the video talk completely. Thank you, viewers.